we have seen that in right triangles we can apply the Pythagoras theorem. What does the Pythagoras theorem say? Well, the Pythagoras theorem says that in a right angle triangle, the side that is opposite to the right angle, this is the hypotenuse. By Pythagoras, we can say that hypotenuse square, which is c square, would be equal to the sum of squares of the other two sides or the other two perpendicular sides. So A and B are the perpendicular sides. So if you sum the squares of these perpendicular sides, then this should be equal to the square of the hypotenuse. So c square would be equal to a square plus b square. Now let's look at this. These are the Petronas Twin Towers, and they were once the tallest building in the world. Now let us try to find right triangles here. So if I zoom this image, what you can see is that there is a sky bridge that is connecting these two towers. So a sky bridge is being connected by a support beam which is supported at the center. So these two beams are actually forming right triangles. So this beam in each of these right triangles is actually the hypotenuse. So we can apply Pythagoras theorem to find the length of the beam that was needed to support this support bridge. So let us find that by taking some random easy numbers. So let's say that this sky bridge was actually 16 meters, and since the beam is supported at the center, this would be 8 and 8. Let's say that the beam was supported 15 meters vertically down from the sky bridge. So you have this 15, 8, and this is the beam. Now I can use Pythagoras theorem to find the length of this beam. Let's say the length of the beam is L. Let's say the length of the beam is L. So how can we apply Pythagoras theorem? This is a right angle triangle with hypotenuse L. So hypotenuse square is equal to sum of squares of the other two sides. The other two sides which are perpendicular are 8 and 15. So this would be equal to 8 square plus 15 square. So I can say L square would be equal to 8 square is 64 plus 15 square is 225. So I get that L square would be 64 plus 225, which is 289. So taking square roots, I get L would be now negative square root can be neglected. Why? Because we want to find the length of this beam, and the length will always be positive. So I can ignore this negative under root here. So length would be under root 289. So length is equal to square root of 289 is 17. So since this is 15 meters vertically down, length would be 17 meters, you can say. So the length of the beam is 17 meters, which is found using Pythagoras theorem. Now Pythagoras theorem is unique in such a way that it has been proved over the years by many different ways. In fact, there is a book called Pythagorean Proposition that contains almost 367 different proofs. So now let us try to prove this theorem using whatever we have studied so far. So let us try to prove the Pythagoras theorem, which says that in a right triangle, the square of the hypotenuse here is AC, square of the hypotenuse would be equal to sum of squares of the other two sides, which is AB square plus BC square. So what we are given is a right triangle. So I have a right triangle here with B as 90 degrees. This is what is given to me. What do I want to prove? That the hypotenuse square, hypotenuse which is AC, opposite to the right angle, AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square, the sum of squares of the other two sides. So this is what I want to prove. What do I do? First, draw a perpendicular from B So draw a perpendicular from B and let's call this point as D. So what I do is I draw a perpendicular BD. So BD is perpendicular to AC. Now let us look at the triangle ADB and this bigger triangle ABC. So now let's look at this green triangle here and this bigger triangle ABC. What do you see? ABC is 90 degrees and ADB is also 90 degrees. So I can say that both these angles ADB is equal to ABC. Both of them are 90 degrees. So this is done. Also you will see that in both these triangles ABC and this triangle ADB, angle A is common. This is being shared by both the triangles. So I can say that angle A is equal to angle A. It is common. So two angles in these triangles, I get two corresponding angles equal. What can I say? When two angles of one triangle are equal to two angles of the other triangle, I can say that the triangles are similar. So I can say that the triangles are similar by angle criterion. Once I know that triangles are similar, I can say corresponding angles are equal and the corresponding sides are proportional. Since the corresponding sides are proportional, AD by AB would be equal to AB by AC. I can say this, AD by AB is equal to AB by AC. So this is what I get. Now if I cross multiply, I would get AB into AB, which is AB square, would be equal to AD into AC. So AB into AB, AB square is equal to AD into AC. So this is what I get. So let's mark this number 1. Now we've already found what AB square is. The next thing would be to find BC square. So we want to prove that AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. And we know, now let's look at, earlier we looked at this triangle with the bigger triangle ABC. Now let's look at this triangle, which is BDC and the bigger triangle ABC. Since BD was perpendicular to AC, again angle BDC is 90 degrees. Also ABC is 90 degree. This angle is also 90. This is given to us. So in these two triangles, again CDB is equal to ABC. Both are 90. Then both these triangles are sharing angle C. This triangle has angle C. Then ABC also has angle C. So angle C is common to both of them. So I can say that angle C is equal to angle C because it is common. Now, once two angles of one triangle are equal to two angles of the other triangle, I can say that these two triangles are similar by angle criterion. Now again, once I have two triangles to be similar, I can say that the corresponding sides are proportional and the corresponding angles are also equal. Since the corresponding sides are proportional, let's look at the corresponding sides. DC by BC is equal to BC by AC. So this is what I get. DC by BC would be equal to BC by AC. So DC by BC is equal to BC by AC. Now if I cross multiply, what would I get? If I cross multiply, BC into BC would be BC square. This would be equal to DC into AC. So this is what I get. Now, so I get BC square is AC into DC. Now let's call this number 2. So we found AB square. We had already found what AB square was, which was AD into AC, and we know what BC square is. What I need to prove is that AB square plus BC square is AC square. So let's add these two now. AB square plus BC square. So if I add these two, let's add these two. What do I get? AB square plus BC square would be equal to this plus this. This is AD into AC plus AC into DC. So what I do is I add 1 and 2, and adding them I get AB square plus BC square is equal to AD into AC plus AC into DC. Now you see that AC is common in both. So we can take AC outside. So if I take AC outside, what will I get? If I take AC common outside, I'll be left with AD plus DC. So this is what I'm left with. Let's see. So taking AC outside, AD plus DC. Now what is AD plus DC? AD, this is AD plus DC. So I get AC. AD plus DC is equal to AC. So AB square plus BC square gives me AC into AD plus DC gives me AC again. So AC into AC is AC square. Hence I get AB square plus BC square is equal to AC square. And this is what I wanted. That the hypotenuse square AC, which is the hypotenuse square of the hypotenuse, is equal to sum of squares of the other two sides. Now let us look at the converse of this theorem. The converse also holds true. The converse says that if you have a right triangle, the converse says that if in a triangle AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square, then the side, the angle that is opposite to this side, the first side would be a 90-degree angle. So that is angle opposite to AC, which is angle B, would be 90 degrees. So this is what I want to prove. That angle B would be 90 degrees. What I am given is that AC square is AB square plus BC square. So what do I do now? I'll make another triangle. Let me make another triangle such that I call this triangle DEF, such that AB is equal to DE, BC is equal to EF, and DEF is 90 degrees. So I make a triangle in such a way that AB is equal to DE, BC is equal to EF, and angle E is 90 degrees. Now, since angle E is 90 degrees, I know this is a right angle triangle. If this is a right angle triangle, I can apply Pythagoras theorem here. So by Pythagoras theorem, I can say that DE square plus EF square, that is the sum of squares of the perpendicular side, would be equal to the hypotenuse square. Hypotenuse is DF, so that would be equal to DF square. Let's look at this now. So what I do is, since it's a right angle triangle, I can say DE square plus EF square would be DF square. DF is the hypotenuse. Side opposite to the 90-degree angle, hypotenuse here. Now I know this. Further I know that DE is equal to AB. So DE is equal to AB. So rather than DE square, I can write AB square. Plus EF is equal to BC. So I can write BC square here. That comes out to be equal to DF square. So I get this. But what are we given? That AB square plus BC square is equal to AC square. Here we have AB square plus BC square is equal to DF square. So this should also be equal to AC square. Since this is equal to AC square, I can say AC square would be equal to DF square. Now again, if AC square is equal to DF square, I can say that AC is equal to DF. So I can say AC is equal to DF. So in these two triangles, I find that all three sides are equal. So in triangle ABC and triangle DEF, in these two triangles, AB is equal to DE, BC is equal to EF, and AC is equal to DF. All the three sides are equal. These two are equal by construction, and this we just proved. So all these three sides are equal. When three sides are equal, three sides of one triangle equal to three sides of the other triangle, I can say that the two triangles are congruent by side, side, side. So by SSS, I say that these two triangles are congruent. Now if these two triangles are congruent, then all the corresponding angles and the corresponding sides are equal. Corresponding sides are already equal, so the corresponding angles should be equal. That means angle E would be equal to angle B. Angle B should be equal to angle E. So if angle B is equal to angle E by CPCT, I can say this. Now angle E is already 90 degrees. So I can say that angle B would also be 90 degrees. So angle B is equal to angle E, which is 90 degrees. So this is what I wanted to prove, that angle B is 90 degrees. Therefore ABC, since angle B is 90 degrees, I can say that ABC is a right angle triangle. So if AB square plus BC square is equal to AC square, I can say that that would always be a right triangle.